start the new year seasonal quest. Greetings, sir. From your bearings, I gather you are an adventurer, so there's a matter I would discuss with you. But where are my manners? I am the Usagi Bagyo, a member of the delegation hailing from Hinagashi, which in the Far East. Each year we travel across the sea to share our tradition of Heaven's Turn with the people of Eorzea. In this realm it is held that the gods rise up one amongst their number each year to serve as a herald of good fortune. In the Far East, however, it is not a god, but one of the 12 noble beasts that is chosen. In previous Heaven's Turn celebrations, we've gifted participants kabuto fashioned after presiding beast, but this year, we have an even greater reward, an entire set of armor. Lest you wonder, I am wearing the very prize we offer. Magnificent, is it not? Surely you wish to claim a set for yourself. If you do, I encourage you to speak with the Kujisi, standing near the Tempest Gate. He is a member of our delegation and would be honored to present you with this armor, but you need but heed his request. Greetings, friend. I take it you have spoken with my associate, the Uzi Bangyo, and are willing to lend your assistance. I sure hope I'm not butchering that up. That would be embarrassing. Before I make any requests of you, may I ask if you are familiar with the word Mikuji? Omiku what? Mikuji, my friend. It is an old tradition of the Far East, one I would not expect the people of this land to know. A form of fortune-telling, Umikuji had been translated to sacred lots in your tongue, and receives a lot of random and with its message from the divine upon a piece of parchment. The message contains principles that describe that will bring one fortune or misfortune. By taking these principles to heart, one will be visited with happiness. Umikuji are an indispensable part of the Heaven's Turn celebration in the Far East, and I am honored for the opportunity to share this tradition with the people of Eorzea. Alas, perhaps due to lack of familiarity, but a few souls have stopped to have their fortune told thus far, and this brings me to my request. If you are willing, I'd ask you to spread word of this auspicious opportunity to the townsfolk. So? Yeah, no, we have to save the world, but that's fine. You have my thanks. As a local, I trust you know where to look for potential participants. I look forward to receiving those souls you send my way. Yeah, the entire realm's in danger. But, you know, seasonal events. I got armor that I need to get.
I want to see a bunny person wearing bunny ears. I want quadruple ears.
Okay, I think my game is frozen now. That's fun. I've known the Far Easterners were back from Heaven's Turn, and they're doing fortune-telling as well this time, you say. It's fortune. They say anything about relationships, you know, between a man and a woman? Just curious is all. Don't get any strange ideas. I've seen my fair share of Heaven's Turn celebrations, but I can't say I've heard of this Umikuchi, or yeah, whatever, fuck it. Business before. Does sound interesting, though. When my shift ends, I'll head over with some comrades. Might have a nice diversion. I'll take the opportunity to welcome the Far Eastern delegation on behalf of the Maelstrom. Okay, so that's 2 people down. Far Eastern fortune telling, you said. We're just some of our patrons to be keen. Fortunes favor the bold, after all, and most of here don't want for audacity, since be damned. I'll nudge a few customers your way while taking orders. The least I can do in return for the extra business you think we get thanks to the heavens turn. Traditional test of luck for the new year. Consider me intrigued. As a proud chaperones of the Moonfire Fair, we have a responsibility to learn what we can from other festivals. The idea of entrusting one's fortune to chance is a bit too superstitious for my liking, but I'm certainly curious. We'll be sure to let our colleagues in the Adventurers Guild know about it. Oh my god, there's so much load in. Jesus. You returned, finished spreading word of the Mikuji. My heartfelt thanks. I dare say we can expect some participants to appear soon. Pray stay and observe their proceedings. Welcome, one and all, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to the time-honored fortune-telling tradition of the Far East, the Umakuji. The process is simple. Begin by shaking yonder box until it dispenses a stick. There will be a number on the stick which indicates which of these drawers you are to open. Take a piece of paper from that drawer. Upon it, your fortune is written. Once you have read your fortune, you may tie the parchment to the rack yonder. By doing so, good fortune will come better still, whilst misfortune will be cleansed. Alternately, you can also keep the parchment with you to guide you throughout the year. So, who wishes to learn their fortune first? Yes, mine says great fortune, the luckiest you can get. This isn't a single negative thing written on it. I can throw myself wholeheartedly into adventuring this year. Damn it all, mine says grave misfortune. I'm doomed. Doomed, I tell you. The one you're waiting for is on their way. The love of your life will appear. This is all too sudden. It is a fine feeling to have others experience and enjoy our culture. Now what of you, my friend? Would you care to learn of your own fortune? As thanks for your help, the first lot will be free of charge. Sure. Then you go. Give the box a good shake. You have the worst luck of all. You will die of super AIDS. Everything you ever will try to achieve will end up failing. Give up now. Grave misfortune! Thou hast experienced considerable misfortune. Heed these words of guidance, and thy luck may change. Adventure, bear the shooting star, for it bringeth destruction. Relationships, the flowers beyond thy reach. Seek to thy sorrow. Prosperity, the mightier the material, the greater the risk. Purify thyself. Conflict, in times of trial, allies must turn to each other for strength and favor. Unless thou castest aside thine anger unto the matron, thou shalt have no respite from conflict.
Yes, I'll die.
Where's the nearest bridge?
Well.
Wow, I didn't know that was a fortune.
Permadeath.
You will be unable. No. Okay. What do I do? 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 Allow me to thank you once more. Without your help, these people would never have discovered Umakuji. Whatever the divine may have in store for you, I pray the coming year will bring you happiness.
before.
Right? God damn.
Happy New Year to me!
Word of the Umakuji has spread, and we would have you thank you for it. Should you find yourself in a moment to spare, please speak with the... Wait, I already did that. I already did that. What? Oh, here we go. Forgive me, my friend, but I'm asked for another moment of your time. It's in no small part due to you, or your assistance. Many are enjoying their first experience at Umakuji. For some, however, it appears to be a source of stress. These two adventures, for example, drew opposite results. Great fortune, it says. Can you believe it? That means I have not to fear. This is my chance to make it big as an adventure. 7 hells. What a dreadful heavens turned this out to be. Grave misfortune? I do deserve such rotten luck. Do not be so disheartened, my friend. Though Umakuji may foretell fortune and misfortune, it also provide us guidance within our daily lives. A great blessing can become a curse should one view it as a license to act rashly. Similarly, a great curse can become a blessing should one heed its warning. What you make of your lot depends on you. So you say, but just look at Hildalana. Look how happy she is. Why can't it be like that? My words fail to reach him, alas, but perhaps yours can. Could you try to rally his spirits? Nah, I got the same shit.
Just wanna go to the tavern?
Oh my god, there's so many people. It is causing so many delays. Thank you for trying to cheer me up. I appreciate it, truly. But do you not understand the burden I bear? The burden of grave misfortune, which lays heavily upon my soul. This is rather more serious than I thought. Could you please think of any other ways for him to lift him out of his malaise? Yeah, but I want the gear. You're right. I mustn't give up the fight, and yet... Do you feel better, my friend? What is it? Music? I've never heard this before. I see. If I may, what did the Umakuji say in its entirety? As I mentioned before, they not only befell one's fate, but offer guidance to one's daily life. I must confess I didn't see anything beyond the words grave misfortune. So shocked I was. I ought to have a proper read, I suppose. Let's see here. Adventure. Thou must think of others before thyself. That isn't so bad. Next, prosperity. Prepare to lose thy treasured armor. I knew I shouldn't read the blasted thing. This set of armor was my pride and joy. I worked myself to the bone earning the gil to pay for it, and now I'm going to lose it all? Come now, let us read the Umakuji to the end. Look, as the navigator maintaineth her net, so too thou tend to thy friendships. Let not camaraderie fall into disrepair. Sage advice, would you not agree? Treasure your comrades and your luck may change for the better? Yes, you are right. My thanks to the two of you for helping me see the sense. Help. I need help. Mochi Daikon, calm down and tell us what ails you. I was preparing for the mochi pounding when a young adventurer, cheerful and fearless, emerged from the city. At first I didn't pay her much mind, but then to my horror, she ran afoul of a group of enormous fiends. The monstrosities overwhelmed her in mere moments, and I rushed there as quickly as I could for help. A cheerful and fearless young adventurer. Calmly preserved, could it be Hildalana? How could this be? She was supposed to have great fortune. Oh, this isn't the time for such a question. I must go aid her. Beautiful. Wait, I don't know how to say that name. This is a troubling situation. You struck me as an adventurer of considerable prowess. Would you not go before them and lend your aid if necessary? Oh, thanks. Please follow me. I'm pretty sure this is a fate one, so this might actually suck. Because I might have to wait around for a couple minutes. Followed me here, did you? We both took a bit of a beating, but I'm pleased to say we're still breathing. I finished the guild request without issue, but then I got greedy. If he hadn't arrived when he did, who knows what might have happened. I really did what any friend would, Hildalana. I'm just glad I made it in time. I shouldn't have put you through that. And look what's become of your armor. I'm so sorry. It's broken because of me. Oh, don't mention it. It's a small price for protecting a dear friend, one I'm willing to pay again and again. But if this doesn't play out exactly what the Umakuji had foretold? Well, let's return to the city. For one, I need to pay the armorers a visit, but we'll look for you afterwards. We're relieved that neither of them came to lasting harm. Let's head back ourselves. The Umakushi will doubtless be eager to hear the tidings. Alright, I thought it was going to be a fake, because that's normally what they do for the Heaven's Turn. Found a mochi monster or something, but I guess that they're not doing it this year. Something. Still shepherd's pie. You better eat that before I get to it. I'm gonna finish that off. Just telling you. Alright, now we wait for the load-in for these guys. And we get to see all the amazing outfits that everyone is wearing, or not wearing, apparently.
Isn't she cold?
Isn't he cold? He's wearing nothing but a Moogle hat and underwear. There you are. Welcome back, my friend. I understand everyone is safe, but what happened out there? My friends, I cannot well express how relieved I am at your preservation. It's because I failed to explain the Umakuji in sufficient detail that you met with danger. I cannot apologize enough. Do not blame yourself. I am the one who overestimated my own abilities. Having great fortune doesn't mean that one can act without due care. I realize this now. And I would have realized sooner had I properly read the Umakuji beforehand. Adventure, the way shall open to those who know their limits, it says. But there's more. Relationships. Thou shalt be blessed with stalwart comrades, and I truly am. Oh, that reminds me. What became of your armor? You wish to have it repaired, I believe. Unfortunately, it was too far gone. The armor told me it would make more sense to have a new one crafted. Not that I had a sort of coin of either. In that case, I believe we can be of service. We offer a set of Yori armor in your tongue, as a reward to those who've helped make this Heaven's Turn celebration better. And you have more than earned it. No, I earned it. That's my armor. Don't give it to him.
Wait a minute. Hold
Surely?
on.
That sounds too good to be true. But it is true, my friend, and no more than you deserve. Come now, don't be shy. Take your prize and try it on.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, it's my armor. What are you doing? I'm the one who did all the work.
Take a moment. Pause.
It's magnificent. Just magnificent. To think of my Umakuchi said grave misfortune. Take this as a lesson that no matter your fortune, you still have the power to change your fate. I believe that Yori suits you well, if I might add. As you will recall, your fortune cautioned you to put the needs of others before yourself. So you did, but by risking your life to save your comrade. That selfless act may very well have reversed your grave misfortune. I see. Actually, I don't. I don't really understand the workings of Umakuji. But I do know that I always have Beautiforin's back, just as he's always had mine. And now that he has a new set of armor, perhaps we could take to the road together. I cannot thank you enough for helping with the many unexpected troubles that occurred this day. I'd be honored if you'd accept a set of Yori of your own. Furthermore, should you wish to draw Umakuji, you only need to say the word. Indeed, I hope to see many more times before the festival ends.
I'm not an asshole. Yeah, you can see.
Okay, Happy New Year. Got that. Let's take a quick look how that looks. Why the heck can't I change gear now? I'm in town. What? Try it on. Lord have mercy. Okay, I might know what's causing this.
World is.
It doesn't look bad.
I don't want it actually. Nah.
What am I doing? Okay. I don't know what that does. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. are we at level-wise? We are 41. Go ahead and continue the main storyline for a bit. Okay, we'll talk to him in Philly in a second, but I gotta do one thing. Alright. Gotta take care of something very important before I continue playing. Greetings, Lion. The Alpha Note tells me all is in place for him to begin his trial company. The Science will certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremonies are set to take place at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alpha Note to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Remnant Soul of late. I wonder if Southbourne might not find himself overwhelmed. Could you speak to him to see if there's aught he requires? Just to make sure. Yeah, leveling's already done for today, which means I can't do it. When I find myself back in Ulda, I believe I do also have a class quest I need to do. I'll do that in a minute. What can I do for you, Lions? I thought you had your hands full helping out with the new arm of the Scions. Huh, I barely noticed my recruits arrived. It was barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we pass through here every day. Well, I appreciate the offer of aid. It is more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the Antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Southbourne, the shipment, we couldn't... Councilwoman, what befell? We're bringing a shipment to Remnant's Toll, provisions earmarked for the frontier effort. And just as we thought to cross over to Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. They were many, too many. We only escaped our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is aught to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest, and I will have someone belong to attend to those wounded. What to do? If heretics are involved, and it's likely to be more than the cause of a simple thievery, Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate? House Fontamp. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are appraised of this development. Lions. Were you not on good terms with the Knights of House Fontamp? I will have you sending a massive immediately, of course. I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Thank you for your understanding. I am certain Lord Hashafon will be glad of your assistance. Okay, so we'll go over to Camp Dragonhead real quick. Take the head of that. Well, visit my fine friend Lionsheart. Would you care for a plate of roast karaku? Some old wine. I see. You have not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was in fact on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Remnant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, no, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurthus soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Forton does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Tomb. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day.
It's Hashafon.
This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait? Hallone's blessings be upon you! Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
Alright, Hashafon, it's good seeing you again. We gotta go to the next area, and this should, I don't think it unlocks Shiva right away. I think we still got quite a few more quests before that happens. Lions, welcome, welcome. You'll be pleased to know that repairs of Stone Vigil proceed apace. We shall rebuild sure and strong. The Dravanians might better themselves senseless against our shield in the west. I would venture, however, the matters of masonry are not what brought you to Whitebrim. The trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say, by the Fury, and you not seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess, then, that it is a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their numbers. They strike swiftly without warning, and are very canny enough to evade most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what matter of influence this Iceheart yields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Perhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims. Late as fate would have it, your arrival came almost after a raider was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. Tell you what happened. Why, yes, of course. I am quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly Blackhearts. I was traveling my usual route to White Brim Front when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground, and those several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystals, they were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my bearded gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they will be hauling my goods. And you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived it all. I'll trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Draw your weapon foul. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You are the you are come seeking heretics. That didn't sound right. Then we share a common purpose. We were on patrol when we chanced across one of the raiding parties and pursued them from there. By rights, we should have had them cornered in the ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy wraiths. We glimpsed a woman atop the cliff. Could it be the Iceheart herself come to sneer at our folly? And to where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage to the frozen wall. Some hidden tunnel they escaped unnoticed. We will not have we have not the men to risk further investigation. It would be best if we return to White Brim Front and lay our suspicions before Lord Dillamont. It appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in their report. The men you found near Snowcloak were some of my finest. It should have been best that they should be bested so handedly. I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provision lost to us for now. It would be ill-advised to blunder our unprepared into what may be the very lair of our enemy. I return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Hashafant of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As far as Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed, and this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Alright, so I guess we're done here. We'll go over to Revenant's Toll. Lions, it's good to see you return from the Toll. I've fared you in the frozen wastes of Cothoris. Also on top, it's to send a second shipment. I must send thanks to Lord Hushafon for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract even greater number of those who would do us harm than native greed or power. All of us, Salfanode's newest recruit included, must remain vigilant against such threats. I don't think I really want any of these. I don't care for any of it. While you were away in Cothoris, preparations for the inaugural ceremony was all but completed. Although Tataru does seem somewhat flustered. I have taken enough time of your time. Why don't you head into Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist can do with a hand? These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? I'm so sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Alliance, you started me. Do you wish to lend a hand? Splendid. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Rivenstone, and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits need to know how to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly to Alphanote if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Science will ever have a matching uniform. A well-funded organization and a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Okay, so we just gotta find 8 recruits to give their uniforms to. Those who believe the company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. Giving of oneself is an investment in the future, thus that I sign my name to the cause. These uniforms are a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there should be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. Scarlet God makes her a proud member of the Maelstrom, and a hardy defender of Lensa Lamensa. In truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm. Let this new company have a fine opportunity to contribute to the grander scale. Oh, now that's a striking shade of blue. Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, and my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. I don't believe we've met. I'm Ilberd, and I have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose? Oh, wait, yeah. We haven't met him yet? Weird. Okay. I don't believe we've met. I am Ilberd, and I have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose in the calamity. I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. I didn't realize this was the first time we met him. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There's no easier method of creating a common bond among what is, essentially, a band of strangers. Lions are gods. I didn't expect to meet you strolling about town. The tale of your primal battles are what inspired me to come to Rivenstone. It is an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I will wear it with pride. Little Adamio can learn much from Rivenstone. That this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Hello there, lad. Looking for me, was he? I was just giving a whistle. I'm not sure I'd hear it amongst all the bustle. There you go. Oh, proper uniforms and all. I'll only cough the blood to me head. Not to worry, though. I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Isildur has at last retired from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forwards. Ah, yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. Okay. And I think I'm just gonna have one more. Ah, this guy. I think it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Ah, new uniforms. I'm reminded of my induction to the Wood Whalers. Yeah, what the fuck are they doing? I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Yes, Lions. Tataro mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you have now met with the rest of the recruits. Some few answered the call to arms I put forward to the established grand companies and such. We are not yet in an army. There is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I thought of a name of the company? It is my hopes that it will soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Lions. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready. I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Ooh. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that the shipment is spared the fate of the last. Winds are uncommonly fierce this day. I forgot how kind of creepy that is. What? Why are you picking my computer?
I'm glad I have a pool. Lets me bring the couch up to the TV.
Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding. God damn it. Didn't mean to hit that. The primals have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. But until such time as a permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. So the Asians, Urianger is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we might defeat the dark beings. Let's pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us speak to more current matters, in particular the state of the Crystal Braves. Alpha Note did well to found an organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Although I doubt not that he is doing his best, I felt a helping hand or two would not go astray. To that end, I offered some of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how it can be, dependent to a fault, singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alpha Note has trusted you countless matters of importance to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again were you to so offer. So be most grateful if you go to him and support him in whatever manner you are able. So where is Alpha Node? He is currently out here in the Rising Stones. Easy enough. Where'd you put in that one? What is it, Lions? And do be concise. I am rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? I see. As you mentioned, there is a matter here that wants for attention. Given its sensitive matter, I am hesitant to entrust it to my braves. But the men upon my time as such, I have little choice. Which is not to say the men want for labor. No, we are but newly formed, and there is already a great demand for our services. But we are hardly pressed to answer all petitions. But I digress. The fact is, I would soon attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Elbert. Tell him that I sent you, he would furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Lion.
Hail to you, sire. How might we serve you? Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge. But we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purpose by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-man army like you.
Okay, I actually forgot about this quest line about finding the spy in the Immortal Flames. So that's probably going to be a couple more quests. I'm actually surprised they kept... Well, I guess... It makes sense why they kept it. Actually, since we're gonna be in Ul'dah, to finally give me the excuse to do my paladin quest. Do you want chocolates or no? So this gives us prominence. Welcome, Paladin. You should know that the word of your deeds has reached me. Few are those who have followed the true Paladin path without misstep, but you are one of them. I'm proud to call you brother. You have kept the faith, and in return, I have faith in you. It's time you knew the truth. Though it is hard to share, it is a shame I would rather keep hidden from outsiders. Perhaps you remember when I told you of the traitor and the sword Oathkeeper that he stole. His name is Sokgail, or Sokzagiel. He was my predecessor as our captain of the Sultan Sword Elite. Yes, he was the same man whom I admired as a child, who inspired me to take up the sword and follow my way of the paladin. He was the paragon of paladins, that is, he changed. Some years ago, there was a struggle for influence between the Sultanate military and a faction within the syndicate known as the Monitorists. They later emerged triumphant, and the army's authority was diminished dramatically. Although Sokzagiel was still captain in the Sultan Sword Elite, he knew his position was perilous, so he fled, taking Oathkeeper with him. In doing so, he went against the words he had spoken on bended knee before his loyal liege. Now it falls to me as captain to restore the honor and name the Sultan Sworn. If that means cutting down my former mentor and master, I would do it gladly, for this misdeed cannot be forgiven. But this death will not lift the stain that bars our name. We must put him on trial in public court, so everyone knows his crimes, and then only then can we begin to earn the people's trust again. He served for over 30 years. As captain of the Sultan Sword Elite, he's a formidable foe. If you can match his skill with the sword, even together you and I will find it difficult to take him alive, without mortal harm to come to one side or the other. You must continue to hone your skills and prepare for the day that we will face him. To complete the next stage of your training, you must do this. Go to Yoggram River in eastern Danelin and find the brazier we have placed there. By lighting it, we will draw the ire of the Leopoducts dwelling within the waters, face the creature in battle, and master your new skills. The fight will not be easy, and if you take to heart what you've learned and let the crystal be your guide, you will triumph. am I going with this? Oof. I got one more to fight. Oh, wait. How many of these do I have to kill? Good, you've mastered your new skills and made them your own. But much work remains to be done before you can face the traitor Sogail. We're close to finding him, but our net draws tighter. It grows ever more important that we make ready for the moment when the fish must at last be landed. Alright, and that's just gonna go right there. Where do we want to go? I think the Aetherite Plaza is right. Yeah, it's right there.
Well, what brings you here, my friend?
He is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye, we've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Bah, spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to him, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Wilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm great.
I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the Monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Our hunt for the Ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice to say, we must tread warily. One misstep and will cost us our lives. Our business here is to conclude for the time being. Let's return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Louvier. Wait, did I mess up? Oh yeah, he's over here. My bad. We returned from Ul'dah, Commander. And at a moment too soon, something has happened. Trouble? You recall the fort was tasked with retcontiering the rendezvous site used by the Ivy's minion in its Imperial context. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. God damn it. According to the report, one of ours has been taken captive. The Garleans were not wont to treat their foemen with dignity, and have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask of you your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Garleans with more captives. Yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you are the best chance we have. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you are willing, but of course you are. Now, Aelion of the fort lies in wait in the Tingle, near the center of Cassium Century. Seek her out and she will appraise you of the situation. You would aid us in the rescue mission. We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now time is against us for allowing you to brief you on the situation. The Garleans fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Resh and hauling her into the chasm yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Garleans may be interrogating Resh, or worse. With her hurts, I fear she may not long survive their attention. Must rescue her without delay. Our orders may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is strong as Mithril. None of us shall stand by while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the fort, will infiltrate Cassium Century. Please help us find Resh before it's too late. never mind me. I'm just gonna fly all over all your defenses because they mean nothing to me. Where am I? Resh, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, Warrior of Light. Now to quit this accursed place. Resh cannot move with those wounds. She'll need to be carried out. What if a diversion is ordered? Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Garlands will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If you're to create a commotion within the castle, we should be able to steal away on notice. Now speak once again. Once we are safely outside these walls. Yes, you're right. Carpet bomb the entire base. That's what I should do, right?
You should giant eagle the shit out of it.
I've awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You have done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrades Resh is safe, and we suffered no further casualties, which can well express my gratitude. All that's left is to report to the mission success to Commander Louvier. I shall go ahead into the Rising Stones. does me well to see you thus returned. Though I doubt that your prowess during an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky adventure, and I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, as succeeded in your mission as you want. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to your expert administrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Lions. Allow me to thank you also, Scion. Russia owes you her life. We escaped with minimum casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I see to it that the men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I would not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you'll succeed, Captain. As for you, Lions, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I am afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require you to accompany me to Kothras. I've been granted an audience with the Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you are ready. We've been blessed with a rare opportunity, Lions, an audience with an ambassador for the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We'd be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. Sir Emmerich wishes to meet the man behind the legend, but not to die in the pleasure of your company. The attendant should see wisdom in this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Kothras. Perhaps you feel this is a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use. If so, I should remind you that the more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than thrust of a sword. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador. By all means, I think it's a wonderful idea. We've received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alphinaud believes your presence may help secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. At the Ascendant, I take it Lions has explained the situation? He has, yet welcome to these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurred all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? What did I knew? The question of their motive is one to which I have given no small amount of thought, unless I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Alabitha's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean Alliance formed in the wake of Alamegan's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdraw from the Alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed in the Battle of Silver-Tear Skies. Since which time, their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of our former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas, even with the calamity loomed large. On the field of Cartano, where men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banner was conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the Alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this is considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so, rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past. This time we shall meet the man with genuine influence. Of course, I am so naive to think they did not come to us out of goodness of their hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I expound upon this point in others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Lions. Our old friend Lord Hashafon is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understood you have further integrated yourself with the man. As in work, his fondness may prove useful to our cause. Oof. I'm starting to hurt a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Ah, Lions, ever a welcome sight. Our house have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. We're not due to have such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Ah, good Master Alpha Node, in honor as always. Likewise, Lord Hashafont, forgive us for yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aids that you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future might bring? House Fontaine may even seek the aid of your newly found Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak did to justify this decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is a grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Emmerich arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I'm told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desirous to rest while by the warmth of your hearts. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside of the intercessory. He will grant you an entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your harsh sounds, I think it best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Okay, so let's go meet Sir Emmerich. We've been expecting you, sir. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Guardians, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
Yeah, let's see the reason.
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Forton has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Amaric, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions.
We kind of come out of this fucked, because at worst we were going to lose. Okay, yeah, we don't really gain anything from this too much.
I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury? All our precautions were for naught?
Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke was bound for Rivnit's Toll of all places. As I were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not, and I would know more of this attack. Let us speak to Lord Hashafant and find out what he have learned. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravans bound for Rivnit's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. It was an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant, every knight was slain, every crate seized, and as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. It would be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush would be our first concern. The trail is still yet warm. We must act swiftly. As Lord Hashafant said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Lions. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. Move along, adventure. There's nothing for... Lord Hashafant bids you speak with us. Then you must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nearly a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. Whole lot's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier to just steal it, though the damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll follow. Reckon they came prepared. Plenty of wagons of their own hidden away off. Pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis not but speculation. Might be as a squire receiving care at the observatory can tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. For myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Alright, so we gotta go all the way back to this observatorium. No, that's Skyrim. That's Skyrim. You've come to ask me about the attack, have you? We came upon them before the entrance of the Hall of the Seven Echoes, pilgrims, we marked them as, lost and ill-equipped for the journey further north. The leader called out to them and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, so why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek, and he sighed and crumbled to the ground. I didn't know what happened until I saw the snow turn red. And it was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, and I took a blow to the head. By the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't. They should have killed me, so I just stayed still and listened. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection. They spoke of Shiva. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? It seems that Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Ichiridion? Master Alphanode, Shiva is a traitor to kith and kin, an apostle who laid down with dragons. Now, we can't expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scriptures so well, particularly where it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. But Hashafant, what was the caravan's cargo? As I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge has requested a large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva as a beast tribe with a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Hashafant, agree that discretion is a paramount. The discretion is of paramount concern. Of course. I might have to end the stream soon. I'm losing my ability to talk. Holy shit. I can trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphanode. Signs of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts into to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, this includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. The persistent attack on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After appraising and filling the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Lions, pray join me on Whitebrim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Daliandar have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It's my hope that they have information which may help us determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Delamont should be eager to oblige us. Shall see you then. Good? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Hope everyone had a good New Year's, and hopefully you have a better 2023 than you had 2022.